Hey, I'm Kathleen Jasper, and today I'm going to talk about the difference between phonemic and phonological awareness and go through some examples for each. Let's get started. I have done a ton of videos on foundational reading skills, specifically phonemic and phonological awareness, because these are difficult concepts to grasp, especially if you're not a reading teacher and if you're a brand new teacher. And you will see phonemic awareness and phonological awareness all over your teacher certification exams. So I want to go through the two today, and I want to elaborate on some feedback that I got from reading specialists who were watching my videos. So in some of my previous videos, I had talked about phonological awareness as a more complex skill than phonemic awareness. And it was brought to my attention that actually phonemic awareness is slightly more nuanced than phonological awareness. But I'm going to go through that now. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's hop over to my presentation so I can just give you a quick visual. All right, so you will often see me use this umbrella when I'm talking about phonological and phonemic awareness. Now, phonological awareness and phonemic awareness all have to do with the sounds in words. So we do this by listening and speaking. Very, very important, especially when you're taking the certification exam. Be sure that when you're attaching these skills to any answer choice or application, that students are dealing with sounds only. They are not looking at words. When they are looking at words, it's phonics. But this comes before phonics. We are learning about the sounds in words. So when I use this umbrella, I typically say that phonological awareness is kind of an overarching skill that encompasses lots of different skills, and phonemic awareness is under that umbrella. Now, what is the difference between phonological and phonemic awareness? Very simply, phonological awareness is when you break the words up by bigger chunks. For example, I might ask students to break up the word stick with onset and rhyme. Well, what is onset and rhyme? Onset is the beginning consonant or consonant cluster. So in the word stick, st is the onset, the S and the T. Now, we don't say S and T because we're talking about sounds. So I would say, what is the onset sound in the word stick? And students would go st. Now, the rhyme is the vowel and consonant that follows and ends the word. So the rhyme in the word stick is ick. So if I ask students to break up the word stick by onset, st, and rhyme, ick, that's how they would do it. So they would say st, ick. Notice there are a bunch of different sounds in the beginning, the onset, and the rhyme, right? We have the st and the ick. Now, with phonemic awareness, we're actually going to break that word up into even smaller parts. Phonemic awareness has to do with individual sounds in words. Remember, in the previous exercise, breaking up by onset and rhyme, we kind of clustered sounds together, the st and the ick. There are several sounds kind of smushed together in both of those pieces of the word. But phonemic awareness, you're going to break up each individual sound. Now, phonemes in phonemic awareness are the individual sounds or sound units in words. So if I were breaking up the word stick by using phonemic awareness, it would be st, ick. There would be 4 sounds instead of the 2 sounds in phonological, st, ick. Now, notice that with phonemic awareness, it's much more nuanced. I have to think of the sounds individually in the word, which might be more difficult for a student than just breaking it up by 2 parts, st, ick, right? So that's why phonemic awareness is seen as a more complex skill or a more nuanced skill, because students really have to kind of break that word up by individual sounds and think about each individual sound in the word, which can be more complicated than just breaking up the word into 2 parts. Now, remember, phonological and phonemic awareness have to do with sounds only. So if you see a test question about sounds only, or they're talking about phonemic awareness or phonological awareness, students are doing this by listening and speaking. They are not reading the word. You can do phonological and phonemic awareness in the dark. No need to see the word. Remember, phonological awareness is the bigger umbrella. It breaks words up by word parts. So onset and rhyme, perhaps syllables. You can break up the words that way. But phonemic awareness, phonemes are the individual sounds in words. Students are going to have to pick apart that word by individual sounds. And you can see how, even though phonemic awareness is a skill that builds into phonological awareness, it is a much more nuanced and arguably more complex skill than phonological awareness. All right. I hope that clears things up for you today. I really appreciate the feedback I get from colleagues who are reading specialists who watch my videos and reach out. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments below, and it will be my pleasure to help. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an awesome day.